Hello students, in this video we will be showing you how to use the modify tool palette. First of all, let's implement the move tool. Please assume that we have a line or preferably a geometry like this. Now we will be moving this shape to from this point to another point, say the end of this line. Now you can move the object in two ways. First one, either you select the object like this, then click on the move command and select the base point and just drag your geometry to the point where it is to be moved. Another way of doing this is you just click on the move button. Now you have to select the objects like this, then you have to press enter, and now you have to specify or select the base point and just move the object from this point to the another point. Now if we need to move this single line, then the procedure is basically same. Just select the object, click the move command and just move the object to that next point. In this way you can move any geometry that is on the model space, like a circle. Now let us draw a circle over this line. Now you select the circle and click on the move command. Now you can move this circle in a number of ways, that is selecting the center of the circle, any intersecting points or on the quadrants. Now you can see that this is the process by which we can move objects from one place to the other through the move command. Now let's try the rotate tool on this palette. Now we will be using the rotate command and we will be rotating this geometry uh, with the help of this rotate command. For this we can first select the object and then click the rotate command, or otherwise we can click the rotate command and then select our objects. Now here let us select the geometry first, and then clicking on the rotate command we have see on the command bar we are asked to specify the base point. Now see on the command prompt we have been asked that is a rotation angle or any reference, or like this we can move the geometry freely. Now if you need to rotate the object to a particular angle, then just follow that command and just specify the angle on the command bar and it will be done. Again let's use the rotate command by first selecting the rotate tool, then selecting the object and then selecting the base point, and like this we can rotate the object along its base point or the point we have selected. Now we will be trying the trim command. For that let us draw a line over this geometry and we will try to trim the extended lines like this. Like we need to have this shape that I am marking on the screen, and we would like to trim the extended lines like this. If we just press select the object and press delete, the whole object or the line will be deleted and it will not be trimmed. Now we are pressing Ctrl Z to bring the line back or undo the thing. Now we have to select the trim command to trim the extended lines on this geometry like this. When we press the trim command, see on the command prompt it is asking to select the objects. Now there are two ways by which we can select the objects. Now here we are using the selection tool, and after selecting we will press the right mouse button. Now you can see that on the command bar there are plenty of functions like fence, crossing, project, edge, like that. If you can over your mouse uh, over the object that is to be trimmed, you can see the line will be sort of hidden like this. Now you can trim multiple lines with this command like this. One thing you must remember, while trimming the part, all the associated geometries must be selected uh, with this command. Like, let's try this command again, like click on the trim and select the objects like this, and just click on the lines that are to be trimmed. After trimming your lines, just press enter to disengage the command. We will be trying the trim command again on some another geometry. Like we'll be selecting the whole geometry, this one, the four sides, the four lines, like this. After selecting the whole geometry, the lines, we need to select, we need to press enter or the right click of your mouse button, and after doing this you can just trim all the extended lines along its edges like this. But remember, you have to select all the lines related to the part that will be trimmed. Also you can do block selection, that is after the you can click the right button of your mouse and drag over the parts that are to be trimmed. You can click it one by one, or you can just block select all them at once. After you have finished trimming the objects like this, you just need to press enter and disengage the trim command like this. Now we have this shape after trimming all the extended lines. Now let's move to another function, that is copy function. With the help of this function you can move your geometry from one point to the other. Sorry, it will be a replica of your geometry from one point to the other. Here you can select, if after clicking the move command you have to select the object. You can select any of the objects like this. Now select the base point, and like this you can move the objects in any direction or anywhere multiple times. Like this we can do multiple copies of the selected line. Now once you finish copying, just press enter to disengage the command. Now if we need to copy this whole geometry, then let's do it. You click on the copy command, select the objects, then select the base point, and now see, you can copy the whole geometry from the base point and create multiple copies. Once you are done, press enter to disengage the command. Now before moving on to some other command, let's clear the screen and let's create some objects on the model space. Now the next command is mirror command. Say we would like to make a mirror object of this circle. Now before doing the replicate function or the mirror function on the circle, let's try it in a triangle, because if we apply a mirror function on the circle it will look the same. You cannot distinguish between that, but while if we apply on the triangle geometry, then you can visualize the effect. Now if we select the mirror command, and it will asking for the line on across which the item or the selection is to be mirrored. Like we have to select like this. We have to select the base point, and then we will follow the line. See, we have selected this line as the axis across which the item will be mirrored. Now let us select, you have multiple options, multiple axes can be selected like this. Let us select one of them, and when you click out of this command, you will be asked uh, to an option yes or no to erase the source object. If you click yes, the previous triangle will be deleted, and if you click no, then the previous triangle will be as it is. Now we have completed mirroring the triangle. Now let's try the mirror command on the circle. Click on the mirror command, select the whole shape that is to be mirrored. Now you can select any 2 points for the mirror line like this. It is not compulsory to select on the object itself, you can select at a distance also. Now it is asking to erase the source object, we will select no. Now you can see the circle with the line has been mirrored like this. Now let's move to our next function, that is fillet function on the modify toolbar. This function is generally used to make curves on the pointed ends of a triangle like this. Now let's try this command on this triangle. Let's click the command from the palette, and now select, it is asking to select the objects. Now all the lines must be selected that is related to the angle that is to be filleted. Hello students, continuing from the previous video, we were doing the fillet command on this triangle. First we have to select the fillet command, then on your screen type R for radius, that is radius of the curve. Like we have selected the fillet command. Now you just type R on the command bar, then press enter. As you can see, the default radius is 0. Now we have to in give the input, that is the radius of the curve that we are expecting to do. So let's assume it as 10 units. Now select the first object as well as the second object, and you can see the fillet is done. You see, you are getting a preview of the fillet. Now if you click, you just have your fillet. Now let's do this once again. Now press the fillet command, select the objects, or you can just input the radius, set 20 this time, and now select the objects and see the fillet is done this time also. Now do it once again, select the fillet button, select the radius, this time let's consider it is 5 units. Now select the lines, the first one and now the second one, and the fillet is done. And that's it for the fillet command. Now let's move to the next command. Next is a chamfer tool. The chamfer tool does not create the curves as the fillet does, but it creates the straight lines joining the 2 points. Now if you just go and click on the drop down list of fillet, you see the chamfer command is there. Now for drawing or applying the chamfer tool, we have to draw, let's draw a triangle with sides. Now, say example, we need to create a line between the first line and this one is the second line. Yeah, this one is the first line and this one is the say second line. And also let's assume that this is our origin or base point, and we need to start the first line from this point and close the line say on this point, and we will join these 2 points with a line from here to here. Okay, let's reapply the camphor command. Now as we pressed R for the fillet tool, we have to press D for the camphor tool. Now press D on the keyboard and press enter. Now let's specify the first camphor distance, like this point from this line to this point. Okay, let's take an example that on this line we'll take the first point, say for 30 units, and then press enter. Now the command prompt is asking to specify the second point of distance, and say for example we'd like to for the next point the distance like to be 10 units, and then press enter. And now let's select our first line and the second line between which the chamfer command will be applied. Now you can see a preview of the chamfer command over both the lines. Just click the second line and press enter, and your chamfer will be applied. Now you can see the lines, joining the corners was eliminated, and a new line is found between the points point A and point B. This is the distance, that is 30, and the second point distance is 10 units. Now let's move to our next command. We have previously discussed the trim command. Uh, Inside the trim drop down list we have another command, extend. Now let's draw a geometry. Uh, we have 3 sides, and let's leave the distance unclosed. Now what to do in this case? We can use the extend command. Now you have select the objects, the lines, and press enter. On the command bar you can see the extend with some subsidiary functions like fence, crossing, project, edge, and undo. Here we will select the edge command. After clicking the edge, we need to press enter, and here we have 2 options, extend and no extend. We have to select extend, and when we click on the first line it is extended, while again we will click on the second line, it is also extend to meet on the edge. Let us do it again, this command. We will make a geometry with 3 sides like this, and we will extend this line on the second line. Now we click the extend command, and we will select the objects, the 2 objects. Right click the mouse button and select the edge from the command prompt, and now when we click on our line that is to be extended, we can see the line just extend on the second line. Now you can notice that the extended part of the line is projected outwards. Now if we wish to trim this part, you can see if we press shift and select, then that part will be trimmed. Now if we move our crosshair over this line and with the keyboard button shift, if we click on this, the line gets trimmed. And once we are done, we can press enter to disengage the command. Now briefly in this video we have learned the fillet command, the chamfer command, and the application of extended commands as well as uh, trimming commands. Hello students, in this video we will be discussing two most important commands. The offset command is offset and another one is the stretch command. Let's begin with the stretch command. The stretch command is more likely a move command where you can stretch the selected part of the geometry in a particular direction. Now let's select the stretch command, and here in the command bar it is asking to select the objects. For example, let's select the two lines and the arc. Now in the command bar it is asking to select the base point or the displacement, and by displacement they mean the distance that we are going to stretch the object. But it is more easier if we select the base point, then we can stretch the object very easily. Let's select the center of the arc as the base point, and moving upwards we are stretching the object. So we can move the selected object in any direction. This is what stretch command does. We can move the object in any directions in a continuous manner. So we have just completed the stretch command. Now we are moving to the next command, that is the offset command. The offset command, as you can see, it generally selects the object and the offset distance that we give, say for an example here we give the offset distance as 5 units, or say you can give 10 units for better understanding. Now when you select the object, now you can see we can create a similar copy of the object at a particular distance, that is the offset distance. We can make the offset of the object in any direction that we want, as you can see from the video. Now when you complete the offset command, see on the command line it is again asking to select the next object for the offset. Now let us select the next line, and also we will select the arch to make the offset of the same, and now our geometry will be complete. You can offset uh, the shape in outer direction or inside the object as required. Now let's try the offset command again, and this time we will select the distance, that is 50 units. Now we select the offset distance as 50. Now we select the objects, the line, the arch, Now you can see that this is what the offset command does. That is, we're going to make the offset distance, we have to specify the offset distance, and we can do some geometry on the present object. Now we can use our previous command, the extend command, to join these lines. Just select the extend command, and in this command we have to select the objects. We have to select the edge from the command bar, and then select extend from the drop down, and now click on the object like this, and this one also. Similarly, we can apply the extend commands on the left hand side of the screen. Look, we have to select both the objects, that is the object which is to be extended and the objects which is the second object up to which the first object will be extended. Else the extend command won't work on single objects. Now we are doing the extend, applying the extend command again, and see what it does when you select both the objects. Since this line is already selected, you can extend some other lines which are not selected also on that line only. Now here we select both the lines, then we have to press E or select extend. Now we have to extend our first line and then the second line. Now we click on the first object and the second object, and click on the right button of the mouse and extend the line. Now we have created this shape using three commands, that is the offset, stretch and extend commands. Hello students, in this video we will be discussing some keyboard shortcuts for the modify command palette. First of all, let's start with the move command. To activate the move command from the command bar, you have to type M, then you have to press enter, and the move command will be activated as shown in the command bar. Then we can move any uh, object on the model space. Next comes the rotate tool. For activating the rotate tool, you have to press RO on the command bar, and then the rotate command will be activated after pressing enter. Press escape, and let us move forward to the next command, that is copy. For this we have to type CO for copy command and press enter. And now please press escape and moving on to the next command, that is mirror. To activate this command you have to type MI, and the mirror command is shown and it will be activated if you press enter. Now the next command is fillet command. Press F in the command bar and then enter. This will activate the fillet command. Look, in the command bar the fillet command is activated. For the trim command you have to type TR on the command bar and press enter, and after pressing enter you can see the trim command is activated from the command bar. Now the next command, that is extend command. For activating this you have to type EX on the command bar and then press enter to activate the command. Now our next command, that is the chamfer command. For this you have to type in the command bar CHA for chamfer. Now you can see from the command bar the chamfer command is activated. Another thing you can do, if you forget the command shortcut from the keyboard, like for this command chamfer, you can just type C on the command bar and scroll down to see your uh, command. Now the next command we have is a stretch command. To activate this, you have to just type S on the command bar. The first option will be the stretch command, and then next command comes up is offset command. The shortcut for offset command is O, and these are the few shortcuts that are generally used for the modifying toolbar.